Shalom, or give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakak Wadash, and the honors to the apostles and others great Muslim salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother, I'm Noah Allah from GMS Chicago, and this is going to be a quick lesson about you can't look back, alright? And as soon as you come into this truth, alright, and you receive this this word, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, alright, there's no turning back. Alright, we'll first start with Luke 9:62. Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua. And they once you have been called to do this work, alright, to do the will of Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua. Alright, you gotta continue to do this and strive for this truth even unto death. Alright, we gotta continue to do this until the returning of Yahushua. Alright, and you can't look back. And what's happening? Alright, a lot of people are dropping the plow. Alright, and it shows that they have no faith in Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua. Alright. Feed my sheep. And they John 21:16, he said to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, yeah, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my sheep. He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things, thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua said unto him, feed my sheep. And they if scriptures tell you that if you love me, feed my sheep. Alright, because that's what the elect are called to do. Alright, the elect are feeding the Lord's sheep. Alright, we're trying to wake up the rest of the remnant. Alright, the rest of the 144,000. Alright, and there's a lot of guys that have been called but are not chosen. Alright, and a lot of them are dropping the plow. This is a life or death. Alright, when you come into this truth. Alright, as soon as you hear the word, alright, you must continue to strive, alright, to do the will of Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, even unto the end. And it ain't gonna be so easy. It's not a cakewalk. Alright, speaking to myself first and foremost. Alright, you're gonna go through trials and tribulations. Alright, but you gotta continue to do this will unto the end, despite all the trials and tribulations that you're gonna go through. Because all what these trials and tribulations are what meant to do, right? For us of the hopeful elect is to sharpen us, alright, to get rid of the impurities that is within us, alright, to make us better. Alright, all these trials and tribulations are only for our betterment. But yeah, that was bring out Hebrews chapter 10 verse 38. Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. And when you draw back, when you drop the plow, that shows you that you have no faith in Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua. Alright, you're basically saying that you want this oppression to continue, and what you're basically doing is you're disrespecting Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua. You don't want him to return. All right, you don't want him to establish our righteousness. You just 2/3. Right, they along with you and the 2/3. Right, you just want this place to continue. All right, and this is why the Lord is coming back to destroy 2/3 of our people. Let's say it's 39. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. And yeah, the hopeful elect are the only ones who are going to make it out of this. They're going to be delivered by Yahweh Shai. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. And they without faith it is impossible to please Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Alright? The scriptures also tell you that faith without works is dead. A lot of people may, believe, but, where's the works to prove that? Alright? Where's the works that prove that they believe in Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai? Right? Because that's what the Lord asks us of to do. Alright, according to the scriptures. Alright? Our job, as the hopeful elect, alright, men of Israel, is to, learn this word and go out there in the highways and byways, alright, to wake up the rest of the remnant of Israel, right, the elect. Like again, what the Lord said: if you love me, feed my sheep. Sirach 2:12. Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinners that go 2 ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Because they are, how is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua supposed to defend you if you don't believe? If you don't believe in him, if you have no works. He's about to return and deliver his remnant and destroy 2/3 of our people. It says, woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? It says, woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? And a lot of people fall off out of this truth is because they have no patience. Alright, they couldn't endure hardness as a good soldier for Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Our people, are losing faith in Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Alright, they a lot of them that have dropped out of this truth. Right, they couldn't handle, all the trials and tribulations that also comes in doing the will of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And in this truth, alright, it also tells you to count the cost. Alright, you're gonna go through uncomfortable situations, or you're gonna be broke. Alright, you're gonna be going through some shit. Being this truth isn't a cakewalk. Like again, you're gonna go through situations that you never thought you would go through. But that is what is part of being in this truth, right? You have to count the cost. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. 2 Esdras 15:4. And yeah, those who have lost patience, really, they're unfaithful to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua at the end of the day. Alright. And they, the unfaithful, alright, they're going to be cut off, alright, by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because they lost patience. But nonetheless, that was its lesson. Hope it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Shalom.